TyJuan, first, what's it been like over the past week? Obviously, it's a really tough situation, but talking to your teammates after the game, it seems like you guys, thanks to big help from the coaches, have really responded well as a collective group to just keep your head down and power through everything.
Yeah, this team's resilient. Like we work together and we believe in each other. And like you said, the last week was pretty tough. With all the news we got. But I feel collectively we handled it pretty well as a whole. And we obviously didn't get the result or the outcome that we wanted, but it just means you gotta continue to go to work and go get that done.
This is a big time game this week, as you well know. How excited are you to play in this rivalry one more time?
Oh, it's really a big time game. I'm really excited because it could be for a lot of different people, like a lot of different reasons, but for me being from this state, like going against those guys up the road, those boys up the road, this means a lot to me. So I feel like as a collective unit, we know what the goal is. The goal is to win, so we can have one more game together as this group. And for me, I know I'm taking it as a personal challenge for me to go play my best football yet because this is the type of game that, as a kid, I've been watching since I was younger. And it means a lot to me personally. And I know there's a lot of other guys in our locker room that it means a lot to. And really, as the team mindset, like we know that this is, no matter what's happened, this is the biggest game. Because it's not only because it's the next game, but because it's those guys up the road.
You mentioned you're from the state of Virginia. Obviously, you're gonna have a good amount of family at the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a couple more tickets. Have about 10, 11 people there supporting me.
That'll be fun. What do you notice? It's obviously, they've got a pretty good quarterback. What do you notice about him and just how UVA's offense rolls? Because they've been tough to stop so far this season.
Oh yeah, he's a really good player. You could tell. I've watched yesterday. I watched a lot of film on their most recent game they played because he just came back from injury. It's going to be a challenge, but it's not a challenge that we can't handle. It's going to take all 11 of us being on the same page in order to stop him and contain that offense.
All right, we're going to go out David Teal on Zoom.
Taiwan, as a defensive lineman, I would think that you know Coach Price better than most. What what was your what was your reaction when he became the interim head coach, and how has he been the last week?
He's been great. My reaction was I was just nothing but happy for him. I know how hard he's worked to just get to this point, just to be in this building, coaching us, coaching for his alma mater, and I was excited for him. And I'm pretty confident, and I'm pretty sure the team is pretty confident and behind and what he has us ready to do. And he's just trying to get us ready to, go out there and protect what's ours, which is the cup, and go out there and finish and get this last rivalry win for the seniors, all the guys that might not be coming back. So I think he's done a good job of, trying to keep the team together with fellowship and making sure that, certain people that maybe didn't know too much about other players are we're all connected and we're all doing a lot of things together. And I think he's done a pretty great job for it, to happen the way it happened. And just talking to him, because I talk to him every day because, like you mentioned, he was my defensive line coach. Just talking to him, I know he's excited to really just have us go out there and, play together and show what we can do.
Is his love and passion for Virginia Tech and Hokies football as evident to you as it is to us when we speak with him?
Oh, no doubt. Everything that you guys see, he displays that. He wears, he has this little saying, you can cut him open and he's bleeding orange and maroon. And you can definitely tell just by how the way he goes by things. He has so much love and pride in this school. And like you said, it's pretty evident to us, but it also inspires us because he shows how it is to be a proud Virginia Tech alum, and it makes guys like me, a bunch of other older guys and experienced guys and leaders want us to be we want to be in the same position, whether if it's 20 or 15 years from now, just to have that much pride, so the pride never leaves. The pride doesn't the VT never comes off, is a saying that I've heard since I've been here, and he definitely embodies that. And I think it's just it's kind of special to see.
Thank you.
Mike Barber.
Hey, TyJuan, I'm curious along those same lines. What has Coach Price told you about this rivalry and what it means to him? Because obviously he's played in it and coached in it.
Well, he's told us the obvious, as in there's no like love lost between the two teams, and it's that important of a game. Like, it's hate week. It's, around the whole college football atmosphere, like everybody's playing their rival, and just what he's been trying to like indicate to us, he's been trying to show us that if you haven't already known, like if you're a younger guy who hasn't really been here, he's been trying to tell you like this is the game. This is the game that like you make your story, you write your story. This is the one that everyone usually remembers throughout the season anyway, no matter how the season's going, because this is for the trophy. This is for like state bragging rights. This is for like all of that. And I think he's done a good job to emphasize what the rivalry means to us. He's kept the cup in the team meeting room from when we go to special team meetings and team meetings, so everybody can have a reminder of what we're playing for and what it's all about.
And in terms of the idea of qualifying for a bowl game, this has been such a tumultuous year. You have your coach getting fired, all that kind of stuff. I think some people outside the program might say, like, okay, why bother extending the year? Don't you want it to be done? For you, is there a passion to extend this season and make a bowl game?
Yeah, I love playing football, so that gives me an extra game to go out there and play. But I was just having some pride about yourself. Like he went last week. He's telling us about the first time he went to a bowl game was his freshman year. I'm pretty sure it was the first time Coach Beamer went to a bowl game, which started that long streak that he was a part of those teams that really extended it. And like he said, they didn't start that streak and like that was the plan. Like, it was because they had pride to go try to try to play in a postseason bowl and try to get some recognition to this place and create an identity for Virginia Tech. And just having the pride and going to do that, and just knowing that we win this one against our biggest rival, that we will have one more game and we will be remembered, whether how anybody wants to remember it. We'll be remembered as a resilient group. And I think even if he didn't say that, like, my thoughts was always that this group is really resilient because of all the stuff we've been through, like throughout the past 2 years, having to be with all the off the field stuff and stuff that we can't control. So this is one thing that we can control, and that's going out there and landing on the line one more time with just for each other.
You said you love to play football. You obviously want another chance to do it. I'm curious, these last 2 years, they have been so hard with COVID and everything you guys have been through this year, the stuff that you've gone through that we've talked about off the field. Have these last 2 years been fun?
Yeah, I feel like it's been a wake-up call, kind of for me, and like a little learning experience that I wasn't done, like you said, I wasn't done chasing my dream, or I wasn't done having fun. I think for a personal standpoint, I think even if you're just a guy that, don't have any bad days, to take a quote from my coach, I think it's been fun because, you get a chance every day, as long as you're, healthy, as long as you're breathing, you get a chance every day to go, chase your dream and do what you love. So for me, it has been pretty fun.
Thanks, man. Good luck this weekend.
Brooke.
Do you remember the emotion of going to Charlottesville 2 years ago and losing? And would you compare that to any other emotion that you felt in the past 2 or 3 years?
No, I just told Coach Price about that today. I said last time I went to Charlottesville for this rivalry, like, I would say from a standpoint and from a mindset standpoint, there was no way you could have told that team that we would go in there and lose that game. And I was just telling them today at practice that that's probably one of the worst feelings I ever felt when it came to football, because like it was almost unbelievable, like unfathomable, like that we kind of let that game slip through our fingers. So I said that's all I can remember. Last time I was there, in Scott Stadium, that they rushed the field because they ended the streak. Like, we let the streak in and we let it slip. And we had a chance to like do a lot of things that year, like go to the ACC championship. We won the Coastal, and I said that's one of the sickest feelings I ever had playing this sport. And obviously, I want to go get that taste out of my mouth this weekend.
Let's go back on Zoom. Gene Wong.
Yeah, TyJuan, I know you talked about watching the rivalry growing up. how has your appreciation for it developed since you've actually taken part in it now?
I'd say it's you really do have to be a part of it, like for you to really fully understand it. I'd say my appreciation it definitely developed just watching, even not too long ago, my freshman year, Bud pitched a shutout when he went to Scott Stadium. Just realizing how hard that is to do, to go out there and for 60 minutes make sure a team doesn't get in the end zone or even kick a field goal. Like, just appreciating that this rivalry really means, like, the world to some people. And I'm actually one of them people now, like, over the years, just had great leaders like Ricky and Hewitt. Like, they continue to embody what the rivalry meant. And now, I kind of feel like it's up to me in our group, in our room, to make sure that some of the younger guys and even some of the guys that I know we'll need to count on, they understand what this game means to not only to me, but it can mean to a senior, what it means to Coach Price, what it should mean to them, because like you said, just being a part of it is way, way, way different than, watching it from outside of it.
Following up on that, what do you say to the younger guys to kind of get them immersed in the rivalry, or do they just have to play in it to kind of get a full appreciation of what it's about?
Well, I tell them that no matter what they think, no matter how hard like they felt like they played in a game before this one, I tell them that there's not going to be a game that you're going to play against a team that it'll be harder. Whether it's because their effort is going to be they're going to play hard with a bunch of effort, and I know we're going to go out there and play hard with a bunch of effort. It's going to be tough to maybe not react to certain things, especially if it's a lot of talking and and it's getting chippy after the play. Like, this is the type of game you have to be smart, because you don't want to do any little thing to cost the game, to cost the rivalry. And I was just letting them know that we've been dominating it since I've got here, really, and it's not really a different. The standard's the standard, and I was just trying to make sure they get up to date on, like, they get up to what we expect when it comes to playing these guys, because we know that both teams will go out there and play like their hardest football yet. But now this is where, like, all that execution that we talk about from camp, from the summer, this is where it all matters. This is where, the effort can't be unmatched. Like, the only things you really can't control is your attitude and your effort. And you kind of have to channel both of that, play with unmatched effort, but make sure, even though you're playing with an edge, that your edge won't, cause any big plays, because we need everybody, and we need everybody to be locked in.